All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Baharak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, and elders of the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out there toiling in his truth. I'm Bathagamat Jim S. Dallas, just coming back at you with a really quick hit, impromptu, in transit lesson. Through the Spirit, the Spirit was on me. We just finished watching. As a matter of fact, we just finished doing a live show with Apostle Rakah, and I just felt the need to go into it for my channel as well, without going to have to sharing his from his channel. Just go into a few things that kind of grabbed my attention in the movie Sinners. We just came from seeing the movie Sinners, and great movie. So if you hadn't seen it, get out and go see it. Very spiritual movie. Just shows us a lot of different aspects of things that's to this very day, Jake is into. One of the things I picked up was definitely the familiar spirits, the witchcraft thing, which our people, Jake, the Israelites, which consist of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negroid descent. You make up to 12 no longer lost tribes of the nation of Israel. We know who we are, we know our enemies are in this time, which are all 17 other nations outside of the nation of Israel. Primarily the Edomites, man, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, woman, and child, our primary enemy. But Esau is up to Esau stuff, too. He's trying to push the whole vibe of the black woman, and the black woman is God, which Jake heavily believes in, which is a queen of heaven vibration and spirit, which is wicked as hell, and just a few of the things, aspects of the movie that I captured or got from it. And these things are Jake are into these things to this very day, and is gonna pretty much get Jake destroyed before it's over with, because the Lord is against these things, and one of the things that I noticed is he gave credit to the black woman, because you got these twins, which the actor, what's his name, Michael B. Jordan played twin brothers, Smoke and Stack, and the one brother, Smoke, was with, of course, the so-called black woman, Big Shirley, and Stack was with the so-called white woman. Well, they portrayed her as a white woman, but I think she had a so-called black on her mom's side. Her mom's dad was half, so they say half black, but you are what your father is. But Smoke, was giving credit to the black woman because she was heavily into voodoo, witchcraft, the familiar spirits, all of that wicked crap, man, and was giving her credit because she did some of her magic, her voodoo, and put it, and gave him this thing to put around his neck, which he left the Delta and went to Chicago, and went to the military and everything, and it's so-called kept him safe. So he gave credit to the black woman and her witchcraft and wickedness to what kept him safe all that time, which is wicked as hell, man. And the Lord has a problem with these things, man, because they're not giving any credit to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, which the scriptures clearly tell you, which we'll get it real quick in Psalms 68. And matter of fact, Salaki, let me take the parallel off. And we're going to drop down to verse 20. This is Psalm 68 and verse 20. And it reads, "He that is our God, or our power, is the power of salvation. And unto the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord, belong the issues from death." So the reason he wasn't put to death, because the Lord didn't put him to death. Those things belong to the Lord. As a matter of fact, when you read, and let's get another one in Job, the 33rd chapter, we'll drop down to the point. We'll read verse 15, Job 33 and 15. It says, "In a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed. Then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. So the purpose of man, the Lord keeps men from those things, whatever your purpose is, because this thing is all about the will, purpose, and pleasure of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And when you continue to read, it goes into, verse 18. It says, he keepeth back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword. So there it is right there, man. So these things are you give this credit to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the Lord, man, the Most High, Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly refers to as Jesus Christ, not the so-called black woman. That's that Queen of Heaven vibration in spirit, man. That's wicked as hell, man. So he was giving her that credit, and not the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is one of those wicked things. One of the things I caught, in the movie, and again, those familiar spirits, which the scriptures go into that. I can't remember exactly. I know it's in Leviticus. One is in Leviticus. I want to get the one in Isaiah first. Let's get this one in Isaiah, dealing with those familiar spirits. It's Isaiah chapter 8. And let's see. Shalaka, just bear with me. Let me find this real quick. I know it's in Isaiah the 8th chapter. One of them is. There's another one somewhere else too. It's 8 and 13. Dread few sanctuary, and might have to type it in, but I know it's somewhere in here. I just don't want to waste too much time trying to find it reading. Let's just do this. And there's one in Leviticus, which I was going to get both of them. Okay, let's get the one in Isaiah first, and then we'll get the one in Leviticus 19. This is Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 19, and it reads, and when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, which is that the so-called black woman, Big Shirley, Apostle refers to her as Big Shirley, they would seek to her for these things, those familiar spirits, the ancestors, what they call them, the ancestors, and all that wickedness, Isaiah 8:19, and when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep, and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their power for the living to the dead? Exactly, man. Why you trying to call on the dead that have no power instead of seeking your power that is all powerful? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Go to Yahweh Shem Yahweh, which Jake in these times don't even know who Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is. They don't even know who their power is. They're calling on Jesus and God, you know what I'm saying, which are titles, They don't know the name, Yahweh Yahweh Shai. They don't know the names of their powers, you know what I'm saying? So Jake is just lost in the sauce, but it's telling you here, when they tell you these things, they tell you seek to them, because you got a lot of, that's happening to this very day. And they go to these people, they read the palms and all these different things, man. All that shit is wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said when they do this, why would you do that instead of seeking your power, man? You know what I'm saying? Who you can call upon. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let's get it in Leviticus 19 now, because he tells you not to do these things. Leviticus 19. And we're going to drop down to like 31, I believe it was. This is Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 31. It says, regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, your power. Yes, a defilement, man. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked as hell. And it's witchcraft. And the Lord says, as a matter of fact, this is Exodus 22 and verse 18, and it reads, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. there it is, man. Witches have to be put to death, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I don't want to spoil the movie and let you go check it out. But these are the things that these people that are calling on these familiar spirits, going to those wizards, that witchcraft, all that left-hand wicked crap that they're doing, are going to receive exactly that. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. They're going to be put to death, man, these witches. And these people that are following them, because the Lord sees them as sinners, man. And what did the Lord say about sinners? This Amos chapter 9, and I believe it's verse 10. This is Amos 9 and verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us, man. So they're not worried about any of the coming things, Jacob's trouble, all the things that the men of the Lord, the prophets of the Lord, the servants of the Lord out here teaching about and telling them are coming down the pipeline. They're not worried about it. They think they're safe. Christians have that bad, they have that bad. They thinking that they're safe and protected, Why? What are you safe from? You know what I'm saying? But which is the answer to that question is nothing. They're going to come to find out they're not safe from anything. They're going to receive all the things that are coming, man. But they're confident that these things are not going to touch them. That's why the Lord said, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us, man. So, hey, keep that energy, keep that confidence, and you're going to, and all of them are going to see, that, hey, the sword is going to catch them. Death is coming to them, man. And when you watch the movie, you'll see what happens, man. But yeah, all the sinners of my people are going to die. This is the Lord's words. It's not my words. You know what I'm saying? And hey, the majority of the nation of Israel are wicked, man. That's why the Lord said in Zechariah, the 13th chapter, that he's going to delete them. This is Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it reads, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, talking about right here in America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off, Salakia, and die. But the third shall be left therein, and which is going into the elect, man. The 1/3 represents the elect, you know what I'm saying, in these times. So, hey, man, it's prophesied. These things are going to happen. So those familiar spirits, all that witchcraft and wickedness, the left hand, like the Lord ain't the one that's can save you or put you to death. It is, man. And these are just a couple of the aspects that I noticed from seeing that movie tonight. You know what I'm saying? And but one of the beautiful things is, which the brother Benaiah mentioned in Apostle Rakah's video, that Esau got his just due, man. He got everything that was coming to him, man. You know what I'm saying? Michael B. Jordan, at the end, he went off, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, but that was a beautiful outcome. These things are coming. We're in a time of Esau getting his just due. You know what I'm saying? It's time for him to pay. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, that reminds me of Lamentations, the 4th chapter, real quick. Let's get that real quick. And I'm getting ready to bring this to a close. I don't want to make it too long. Just want to make a little quick hit. You know what I'm saying? This is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21. It reads, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. So they're going to receive everything that they put Jake through, that Jake received, man. You know what I'm saying? All these things that they've done to Jake, which he was trying in that movie, Esau, his intent is to set Jake up and ultimately destroy Jake, man. To this very day, he's trying to get rid of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it says, verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Is going into the nation of Israel. Zion in the Hebrew is Tazayah, which means a memorial thing remembered. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord said he was going to remember his people, man. And hey, word is bond, man. He's a man, he can't lie, and his words are not going to come back to him void. Isaiah 55:11. But they shall accomplish the thing whereto he sends it. Send it. So it says, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. So this is the last captivity for the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, he will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And that's basically what that represents at the end of this movie. When Esau gets his just due. Esau's about to get that just due, man. And it's time for him to pay for all his sins and iniquities. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, just a little quick hit, just something to go into real quick. A few aspects of the movie that I noticed and that stood out, to me. Hey, don't let Esau push that which Apostle God's heavy on, that black woman, Big Shirley vibration, man. He's trying to make that okay. It's not okay, man. You know what I'm saying? Care about how you look, care about your body, man. And back in the day, we didn't have those things, man. We didn't have a whole lot of Big Shirleys walking around and running around everywhere. We always talk about that. We watch the old videos, the 80s, and the early, back in the day, and you didn't see a whole lot of that, man. They wasn't pushing that crap like they do today, man. You know what I'm saying? But today they're trying to make it all good because they want Jake to be. That's how they want Jake to be. Out of shape. Not ready for the things that are coming. If you can't run, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you through. So so many different things. The whole moles and bowls vibration. You know what I'm saying? These all are different ways that Esau is attacking the nation of Israel, man, because he wants to eliminate them, man. You know what I'm saying? He wants y'all gone. He wants to hold on to the blessing, man, which is not going to be able to happen, man. His demise, his end is coming. So, but like I said, just a few aspects of the movie that I noticed, man. Great movie, definitely a must see, very spiritual. So go and check it out. And, if you haven't already, and, hey, enjoy, man. But I just wanted to do a quick hit lesson. So with that, hopefully this was edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Wahab Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, and elders of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, the Bayath, Shal Dawadat, Shalom.